Today we are headed to New England Dragway. We're currently doing 5 miles an hour in traffic, which I'm sure is great for heat soak in the car. Last time we went to the track, it was a minus 500 DA. We ran a 12.95. My car is completely stock except for an ECU tune from my friends at Integrated Engineering. We're headed back to the track today. The DA is right around 1700. Okay, all right, calm down, lady. DA is right around 1700 for the day, which is a little bit higher, but we have something a little bit special up our sleeves, and that is that if you follow my build thread, you know this. I actually, or if you follow me on Instagram, I posted it there too. I actually have a kind of alpha beta version of the Integrated Engineering ZF tune, which if you didn't know, in this car, it's not a DSG, it's a torque converter automatic. And what they've done is they've gone ahead and raised up the rev limiter for me to 6,800. I know there's power to be had up there. We also may not have to shift into fifth before we cross the line. I know before, I believe we were shifting into fifth as we crossed the line. Just a reminder of the other mods that I have on the car. I have a AW Touring catback. I have the Integrated Engineering non-resonated downpipes, so that's it for sound. They don't really add horsepower, maybe a little bit, but like not anything super significant. I have KWV1s now, and I do have, this is another interesting thing, BC Forged RZ39s on the car, whereas before I had the OEM wheels. These are a good 10 pounds lighter than the stock wheels. Now I am running 295s on all four corners. I don't have traction issues with the stock wheels. I don't anticipate us having them with the 295s now, which are a little bit heavier, but just in taking the stock wheels off the car and putting the wheels with tires on the car, these weigh quite a bit less. They are not as heavy, that's for sure. So I'm excited to see if maybe a little less rolling resistance helps us out too. I do have a little preview here. I do have this sitting right back here, but I did want to come run the car on stage 1 and see what we could do before I put the supercharger pulley on it, and that way we get an idea kind of what kind of difference the supercharger pulley makes as well. So overall, very excited. Just got to get out of this traffic, and we will be at New England Dragway to run some passes tonight.
All right, well, I have an SQ5 friend at the track tonight, or Q5, sorry, but he's a 3.0. It's the same thing. Do you have a supercharger pulley? Yeah. So you're
OEM, so it's just
you have a crank pulley.
JHM crank pulley.
Okay.
187.
And that's a APR Stage 2 software. And then I'm Stage 1, but I have the beta ZF tune. He has a stock ZF tune, so this is gonna be interesting. And there's nobody at the track tonight, so we'll see what happens. 1200 DA. Last time we were here it was minus 500, but we'll see what happens. Upshift to fifth. Let's go. That's what I like to see. I'm not sure if he was catching me or not. I really couldn't tell. $13.2 at 105. That's what we call a slow. Not very good. Alright, well I'm logging this pass because I'm really disappointed in the last one. Here goes a snowmobile on steroids. See if we can get a weight, if the scale's working tonight or not. 45.50 something, 45.50 maybe. 13.1, so it's faster at 105, and at 2.0, I'm leaving much better. That was loud. Yeah, it left better that pass, which is really where the top end's coming from, because it should be trapping 106. A little disappointed right now, guys. I just made a pass and the GoPro wasn't recording. Alright, well that was better. It was a 13009 at 106 and a 19 60 foot. I just gotta do that again. I think I'm sitting on the torque converter too long and I have to just hit it as soon as the torque converter kind of loads up.
Well, I just tied a Jeff at launch and got to the line, the GoPro was dead, so I'm gonna have to set up the big camera in the staging lanes, and hopefully they don't catch me with that, we'll see. But my buddy Brian is in the stands and he's filming the passes, so I'm thankful for that. I'm hoping that was good. It felt like it was pulling a lot harder on the big end, so we're gonna hot lap it again and really see what happens. So that'll be 5 passes tonight. Hopefully something is in the 12s. But I just got right back in line and they let me in. The GoPro's still dead, which is horrible cinematography on my part, but you know, how many times do you want to see an SQ5, a slow SQ5 run down the drag strip, right? Alright, well, some Saturn just like took 3 passes to get off the line. I don't know what the heck was going on, so I ended up racing some Dodge. GoPro's still dead. But Brian filmed it. He just texted it to me. So thank you, Brian, for saving my video. I'd be really happy if this was a 12, but I don't think it's going to be. Just not how tonight's going. We're going to have to come back with the single pulley install. Well, there you have it. A little bit of a disappointing day at the track, but what can you do? Sometimes that's how it goes. The DA was about 1,500 feet higher than it was when we ran in April. We ran a 12.95. But looking at the slips, the car actually was pretty much the same as previous passes. I lost 0.05 to the 330 foot. And a little bit of that is from the 60 foot, but not much. But you can see between, I'll put the slips on the screen here. You can see between the 60 foot and the 330, between my pass in April and the pass this week, I lost 0.05 of a second, and you can see that carry itself down pretty much through the rest of the slip. Now the car likely is making a little bit more power because the transmission is shifting higher. I think one thing that we do have to do is figure out how to make it leave harder. That may be adjusting the stall speed on the transmission, but we'll get it all figured out. I do have the supercharger pulling back, so we'll get that installed and really get rolling. A little bit bummed that I didn't get to make a faster pass, but the weather's not as ideal. And I did have integrated look at the logs. The logs look good from the file. So I think if the DA was like a -500 again, we probably would have gone 12.8, but you know, what can you do? The weather is what it is, and still a fun night at the drag strip, so I can't really complain. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Go out there and spread some positivity, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.